Have you ever looked into a stranger's eyes and have you ever felt something so familiar as if you have known them for a very long time? It's like for a moment the veil kind of lifted and something beyond human identity is probably looking back at you. If you have experienced this, this is basically the cosmic game of Maya or illusions. And this is where God plays role through each of us in everyone else's life. So, if you're new here, I'm Vesh, and this is the place where we talk about spirituality, manifestation, reality creation, the power of your subconscious mind, so that you can use these concepts in order to build your best life and get a deeper understanding of yourself. So, in ancient Indian philosophy, life is also seen as a grand cosmic play, and this is called as Leela. It's not a tragedy, but it's more like a divine game that was set up so that we can find ourselves in the process of this whole game. And in this cosmic theater, God is not just the director, but He is someone who is present everywhere. He is the actor, He's the producer, He's the singer, everything part of this grand play. He appears as people in our life in the form of lovers, your mother, even people you meet on the streets. All of these people, they have a soul within them. And what is a soul? The Atma. It's basically a fraction of God in human form. We are all gods in human form walking on this earth, and we have made contracts where we are going to come and play a divine role in each other's life so that we can remember our own divinity in this very lifetime. And as per Hinduism, the soul is Brahma, and Brahma is not outside of you. Brahma is within you. The whole universe, the whole cosmos is actually within you. So the question is, if God is in everything, why do we feel so separate from everything? Why do we actually feel all these negative emotions? Why do we feel judged? Why do we feel hurt? Why do we feel berated by other people if God is within other people? Now, this is the whole game of illusion at play. And this illusion is not evil. This is basically the veil between us and the divinity within us. And the reason these people come in our life, they trigger us, it's for us to go inward and it's for us to actually attain that sense of bliss and peace even in our life. If you are so whole, if you are so grounded within yourself, no person outside you can actually come and make you feel a certain way until you give them the permission to make you feel that way. So let's say even when you are in a relationship, you get hurt at the end of the day and you are feeling the pain, you are feeling all the emotions. This is all real because we are humans living in a physical world at the end of the day. But this gives you a power to actually look at the whole thing, unraveling in front of yourself from a third person's perspective, from your higher self, looking at the situation to understand, okay, why did this person, why did my partner do this to me to hurt me? What caused this to happen in the very first place? How can I make this my lesson and not my downfall? And this mindset is actually very hard to achieve. It's not something that's easy for us to do even in human form. Now, even in my case, I know all these concepts. Let's say in the past, if I was hurt in a relationship specifically, I know why exactly this is happening to me. In a way, it's happening for me and not to me. But at the same time, the pain is real. But knowing these concepts actually makes the healing process faster. It gives you a sense of weird strength to overcome your own problems. Pain is nothing but an illusion, even though it feels very real in the moment. So, when you were born in this human form, you actually forgot your divinely nature. You forgot the strength and the power that you carry within yourself. And maybe you have a lot of traumas, and possibly that's not even from this lifetime. You might be carrying abandonment wounds, or you might be carrying the pain of betrayal from most of the past lifetimes. But because your soul is a part of God, you take up as a mission to work through these things in this lifetime. Your soul chooses your mother, your father, your siblings, all the people around you to trigger this exact wound inside you so that you can be born and you can be triggered and you can actually work on these things to heal yourself and become whole by yourself and understand that all of this is nothing but an illusion. Nothing is personal in this world. I know this sounds like a very divine concept and very unrealistic, but even the person, the most toxic person you have ever been in a relationship with, At an ego level, at a human level, they probably did hurt you. But at the soul level, we are all nothing but pure source of love. So there might be a lot of soul level love happening between you guys. If not, you guys would have never even attracted each other to learn the lessons that you need to learn. In a way, you guys do some contract with each other even before you are born, to say that, okay, I'm going to come in this life, trigger you in this way, so that you can realize and learn your lessons, so that you can become nothing but wholeness and a sense of pure love by yourself. Our biggest goal in this lifetime is actually to realize our divine nature. Now think of it this way. Let's say if you are someone who is chasing love, who is begging other people to love them because you don't love yourself, would God actually chase someone else to feel loved? No, God is love. So when you are actually begging someone to choose you, or when you are chasing after someone who doesn't see your divinely nature, you are disrespecting your own self. You are disrespecting your divine nature. And everyone's God in human form coming here, creating and acting in this cosmic play of illusions to make us each remember our divine nature. Just like how someone else probably hurt you. Maybe you also unknowingly hurt them, but that was probably for their highest good. The reason they hurt you is for your highest good. And getting to this understanding requires a very high level of consciousness, which not a lot of us develop in this lifetime. But at least if you are consuming content like this, it's going to make some changes in your mindset. It's basically like I'm planting a seed in your mind so that these concepts can eventually start growing in your mind. If you are not a frequency for what I am speaking about, you wouldn't even be here watching this video. But somewhere deep inside you, maybe you had these questions, which is why this video even came in your frequency to learn these things. Because at the end of the day, even though we are living in this cosmic play or in this illusion, we are trying to find our answers as to what is the purpose of life? What am I here to achieve? What am I here to do? How do I even lead my life forward? And this is where we start seeking the answers and we stumble upon things that makes us think. And you might even ask the question, why would God do this? Why choose suffering? Why can't just we be love and light? What's the fun in that, right? Because the thing is, without darkness, light cannot be known. Without forgetfulness, remembrance cannot be earned. And this can be seen in the lives of kids who are born into extremely rich family. Most of them end up being depressed because they are constantly given a lot of wealth from their parents, things that they did not even earn. In a way, our soul has to work towards becoming a frequency and becoming worthy of the happiness that we want. We are born worthy, don't get me wrong, but we have to remember our worthiness in this lifetime because we were already worthy of everything that we want. But at the end of the day, when that soul hasn't built the vessel in the human form, it's very hard to appreciate the things that's given to us, which is why it's very easy for people to get attracted to someone who triggers them, or toxic relationships. And sometimes the relationships that feel nice feels boring because that soul in that human form hasn't expanded the vessel enough to actually receive those blessings. And it's when we realize all these things, and it's when we try to see all of this as a grand play and us being part of a higher consciousness, not being separate from God. In many lifetimes, after you've been born, many times after you've cleared like your karma, you achieve a state of mind where you kind of attain moksha or liberation, because you don't identify with this body, you don't identify with this human self, and you identify with someone much larger than that. Yesterday, I met someone and he told me, like, the word name itself, Naam, basically is not me. If you dissect the word, it actually means not me, but we have been given the name when we are born. So, can you stop identifying as this human body and something beyond that? Because when you start doing that, that is when you stop taking all the pain, all the grief, all the depression, all the trauma personally. Because it's when you do that, that's when you can actually see all that pain, all the depression that happens within you, not so personally. Now, just because I'm saying these things does not mean that I have mastered all these things. It's just something even I am working towards on a daily basis. And it's something that I find joy in. Because if I look back in time and if I see all the trauma that I have gone through in my life, I used to always personalize it. I used to always keep thinking, why is this happening to me? Why is my life so unfair? And it's not that, things have become much easier right now. There are still some ups and downs in my life, but at least I can look at it from a perspective of, okay, what is this teaching me? Why is this happening for me instead of to me? And this is something that gives me the power to transcend all the negative experiences in my life with such grace and such power. And when you are able to transcend that, it actually loses the effect that it has on you, and the pain actually loses the grip it has on you. So just remember, everything in this life, this name that you have, this body that you have, people around you, all of these are basically costumes. The real you, you are infinite, you are pure source of love, and you are timeless. A soul is timeless. Soul can move across timelines so easily. Think of when you dream, you can basically even travel to places and spaces that you haven't even been to. So you are not here by accident. If you've been born on this earth, you are here to awaken. You are here to strip yourself of all the illusions. Maybe it's not going to be possible in this lifetime. Maybe it's going to be, let's say, 10 lifetimes from now or 50 lifetimes from now. But at least once you know these things, you can consciously work towards it and not actually collect more and more karma and make your life easier. Because this knowledge is basically just a tool to help you navigate this lifetime with ease and in a sense of calm way. And when you are able to recognize the godliness in yourself and other people, this is where you are actually bowing to life, and life even becomes much, much more easier here on. So I hope this episode was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.